Us sports moms have something to say.
Yes, we do.
We'll have a chance to interview across the board, from athletes to the parents to the coaches to even the trainers.
And we're not afraid to share our journey. We're not afraid to tell other moms what we went through in order to raise up a student athlete. So I believe that it's inspirational.
We able to tell our story, the good and the bad.
We can give back positive information.
Absolutely.
You know, we can empower them.
Yes.
I think it's time for the mothers to be a voice.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
It's time for us to let you know what's going on.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your girl Shannon at Can We Talk Sports. I am here with my host.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Karen. What's up? What's going on?
Wow. Okay. And my other host.
Hello, guys. This is Carmen. Welcome to Can We Talk Sports?
Karen, are you rubbing off on Carmen? Don't rub off on Carmen, Karen. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, so listen, we had a guest coming on, but they weren't able to make it, so we kind of going to come to you for about 15, 20 minutes. But Karen is in Colorado. What's the weather like?
Yeah. The weather is like 91, nice. And then at night it goes down to about 70. And so I'm just chilling and just relaxing.
That's what I'm talking about, vacation. Have a good time, right?
Yes.
All right, Miss Cameron, what you got going on?
Oh, nothing, girl. Just trying to, right now I'm in that place like coronavirus is like, am I going to referee? Do I want to do volleyball this year? Like, do I want to expose myself? I'm just kind of going through that, just trying to make some decisions.
Trying to see what you're gonna do. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm excited because I'm representing Unfiltered. You see this? See this line?
Nice.
Yes, I'm pretty excited about them. They're a new clothing line coming out. Coach English was on the show, The 1%, yesterday. Did you guys see it?
Oh,
not yet.
Oh man, I am so proud of them. It was really, really good. So, other than that, try not. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. How are they doing now that they've started back practicing and stuff? Have they gotten any? Has anybody contacted them? Have they gotten any?
Not yet. They're still waiting. The NFL is still trying to decide what they're going to do, and so right now they're getting ready to take the show to another level, and they're still training. They're still working out kids. They're going to work them out on Saturdays now. So everybody's just waiting and trying to see. Like this weekend, my daughter's supposed to have a tournament in Mansfield, Texas, at the Field House, but they canceled. So she's just going to practice today. She did start back high school practice. So
high school.
Yeah, she started to start back high school practice.
And that's kind of early for basketball,
Well, it's just
volleyball season right now.
Well, no. Well, it's kind of like PC training, but from high school. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but then they start back to practice. So she's gonna play fall league, and the parents can't go.
Oh, that'd be good. You would cheer from your room right there. You'd be saying like, "Go, Jaden, go."
I'm having a moment.
You want to go?
I need to be there. I need to be like, if you don't, she need to hear my voice. So
she's gonna hear your voice, even if you're not there.
No,
she won't. Be in her head.
It's not the same. It's not the same. You gotta listen. As a sports mom, basketball, you gotta be on the sideline. You gotta be yelling. You gotta be like, follow your shot. You gotta get riled up. That's not
right.
the same.
Yeah,
come on true. Now.
And it's her
Underpaid.
and it's her junior year. So junior and senior year are like the 2 years you just get like bout it at the basketball games.
Right.
You can. I'm telling you, can. Do you understand that when you speak stuff into the atmosphere, it
Karen,
carries?
no. Listen,
Yeah.
I was watching the playoffs.
Go, Jaden, go. Go,
No.
Jaden.
I was watching the playoffs in the NBA, right? And I could see the virtual people. And I said, really? No. Can't do it. Not gonna do it. I need to be at the game. I'm not about to be virtual. I need them to see and hear me. So, but other than that,
Oh, okay.
try not to choke them around here. You know, school. Oh, so they didn't have school today because the internet and everything started messing up, and there was no class. But man, I'm telling you, this stay home. Listen, my hat's off to every teacher in the United States of America.
Yeah.
You know what? I never said because I've never been one of those parents like you can't teach. Okay, so that wasn't me. But my hat is off to every teacher in the United States of America. You need a raise, you need a plaque, you need a day away, you need vacation. Because I'm sitting here, Mama, bring me something to drink. Mama, I'm hungry. Mama, I'm tired. Mama, can you bring me a pillow? Mama, I'm on a break. Mama, can you make lunch? Do I look like the captain? Do I look like the cook in the cafeteria? I'm like, so on a 5-minute break, 10-minute break, right? Because so my daughter sits right here because this is where her she sits and the twins sit on the desk. I come back, she on the floor with a blanket. I said, "What you doing?" I got 5-minute break. Are you serious?
Well,
So then
that's where our school is going to. They're going to where the kids making them comfortable wherever they, as long as they're learning.
No.
No.
So then
Them
the other
kids need to
twin,
be sitting up and paying
Thank you.
attention. You're
thank
not
you.
gonna
So
be
the
laying
other-
on the floor with the blanket.
So the other twin got a towel on his head in front of his camera. I said, what did you do? So you can see all the kids, right? So you can see him with a towel on his head. Come on. I said, oh no, this ain't gonna work out. Oh my God. Help. Oh, it's hilarious around this house. I'm like, Mama, you cooking? No. What?
No.
Let the cafeteria cook. You better go get your own. So they're funny.
Where's Jaden? Is she gonna pop her head in?
She's already headed to
She
basketball.
left for practice.
She left for practice.
Okay. Where the twins at? Tell them to come
No,
down and tell us about youth
Which one?
sports.
The other one's at practice. The other one's gone to practice too.
Oh. You're at home alone?
No, not really. The big boys are upstairs and stuff. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So youth sports, that's our topic tonight. You know. What's your thoughts about it, you guys?
I mean, it's good. I think youth sports is good. It's just got to be structured to me a little bit better. You know, you like I said, you've got kids who are being pressured to play, and I mean, and you have parents. Oh my gosh, we won't talk about the parents, right? But then you have parents who forcing the kids to play instead of letting them just play. You know, I love to see the little ones play. It's so funny. I used to coach my twins, and when I was in Tulsa, asked me why did I do that? But I coached them when they was playing basketball, right? And I think they were like in 2nd or 3rd grade. So they were just really learning the fundamentals of basketball. So I was the assistant coach. And Christopher, I love him, has no basketball skills. None. Christopher takes the ball. He juke it and drive it like he playing football. I said, oh my God, bounce the ball, boy. I said, this ain't football. But, and I could do nothing but laugh on the sideline, right? So then you get that one kid, he do this extra skip, dribble. Then he picks it up and start running. And I'm going, oh my God. Those to me are the funnest. Those are the best games, right? Because they're just having fun. And you can't do nothing but laugh. But then you have parents who get really upset. It's like, let them just learn the fundamentals. And I knew Christopher doesn't have basketball in his bone. So why am I going to push him, get mad at him? It's just not there. And I'm not going to push him. So when he got to 7th grade, he's like, he tried out for the team. He wanted to go tried. Yeah, that didn't work. So he's like, Mama, can I be the manager? I was like, you thinking like your mama. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Run the show, baby. Run it. So he ended up becoming a basketball manager. He wants to do it again this year.
Wow.
So
You know, last week we had or on Sunday we had the referee, and he was saying, we asked about the worst crowd, and he was saying the little league moms or the youth sports. You know, what message can we give to those parents of youth sports? What do y'all think? What kind of message can we give them
I don't know, Cameron.
maybe
What can you
for
get?
the ref?
Well, you know what, Cameron? You're a ref. What kind of message?
Yeah, I just say, first of all, parents, you have to know those kids are watching you and
Mm,
they're molding themselves after the way you behave.
Right.
So if you're acting a fool in the stands, they're going to act crazy out on the field. And not only that, they're going to be embarrassed
Yeah.
and not want to play. So
Right.
I just say, especially at a young age when they're just learning, like let them just have fun. Don't put so much pressure on these kids. You know, you see that like 8, 7, 8, 9 year olds playing like tackle football, like helmets and these
Yeah.
little kids and
Yeah. You gotta let them. You gotta. I would
yeah,
say stop living your life through them.
exactly.
That's what I would say.
Exactly.
Stop living your life through
Exactly.
them.
And let
And
them
being.
just let them enjoy it. Let them learn the sport and get to enjoy it. And then as they get older, then they can make the decision, is this something I really want to do? Am I really enjoying this, or is this something my mama made me do? You know.
Right.
we got
Um
our guest.
Well, there
Hey,
is our guest.
there
How
he is!
I'm sorry. I honestly forgot that it was today. I thought today was like the 19th. So I'm out here getting my walk on. So
Oh,
Okay, not
I need to
mad
be
at you.
doing
Well,
that.
welcome to the show.
how you guys
Yeah.
doing?
We're doing great.
Pretty
How
good.
are you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm just out here enjoying this weather.
Okay. Where are
Okay.
you at?
I'm actually in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, okay. Okay. What's the weather like?
It's actually about 70 or 80 degrees right now. It's kind of cool now, so it's getting towards the end of the day. It's a little chillier, so I'm kind of glad for that.
Okay. Okay.
That
So
sounds
while we have you on the show, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll kind of flow on from there.
Well, a little about me. I played overseas. I kind of enjoyed it. I played in Turkey. It was a pretty different experience than I'm used to. Um, obviously I've been raised by a single mother, so I'm glad I'm on this show to talk to you women. So it kind of helps me out a lot. Now I'm getting into mentoring with the youth, helping give back in my community. A lot of those kids, they are kind of like how I was brought up. I was brought up, pretty. I had a pretty decent life, but the neighborhoods I was in were pretty rough. So I'm having the opportunity to work with a lot of people and being able to give back to the youth to where I started from and help them, succeed and motivate them to do better in life. That way they won't turn out to, be in the streets or do a lot of bad things. So I just want to help them out the best way I know how. So that's what I'm doing at this moment. As far as basketball wise, I'm kind of wanting to take a break from that and, focus on helping the youth out. So that's kind of what I got planned right now.
Okay. So you know what? Let's talk about that. I think this is really good.
Yeah.
Being raised by a single mom
um,
as a young black man, young
Yeah.
boy. Tell. I think people need to understand and hear, as an athlete, your side of the story, right? Because we hear the mom side, we see
Yeah.
it, but we're not behind closed doors.
Right.
We don't, especially those that are married and they're the athletes are in a two-parent home versus
Right.
being in a single home.
Uh-huh.
As a young man, how was that for you?
Well, honestly, for me, my mother was my mother and father. She kind of, steered me in the right direction. I mean, I never had my dad in my life, but my mother pretty much raised me. I was raised by all women first and foremost. My grandmother was there, my great grandmother, and then my mother. And unfortunately, my great grandmother passed in 2012. She was like the backbone of everything. She was like, everybody's grandmother, everybody's mother. But for me, my mom was pretty much everything. To this day, she still is the best mother I can ask for. I'm blessed to have her be my mother, and I'm very grateful. She pretty much gave me everything I wanted. She, did her best to raise me. She made sure I always had money in my pocket or the nicest clothes or the nicest shoes. And so I'm pretty much just grateful for her because she pretty much taught me everything I knew. Like she kind of taught me basketball, but like I took it in my own to succeed or go further in it. Then because she didn't really play that well, she wasn't good, but I can't knock her for that though. But I mean, I've always had like coaches or some type of male figure to kind of help me push me to be better at basketball. But as far as my mother, I give her all the credit. I mean, she's done so much for me, and I'm just grateful to have a mother like her. So I mean, of course, everybody is blessed to have their mother, but for me, being with a single parent, she did everything she could to try to get me the best life as possible, and I just blessed for that. So I'm grateful. So that's really the great thing for me.
That's good.
So when you were dealing with things as an athlete
Uh,
that you needed a father to talk to or a male to talk to,
uh,
things you didn't understand, things you were dealing with from in the locker room,
right.
how did you adjust to that?
Well, honestly, I kind of had teammates. We were all like bending in together, trying to help each other out, the best way in our health. So my teammates really were the ones who kind of helped me out a little bit, push me or give me some advice that I need. I mean, I've always had coach male figures to help me out, but as far as being comfortable and trying to, do better, my teammates were always there for me to help me out and, make sure I'm, doing what I'm supposed to. So, it's pretty much was, kind of hard, but at the same time, I've always had, some type of friends or, at least some kind of or male role model to look at and see, something that I need to do. They would get on me about it. So my teammates were always there for me to, help me out. So I'm thankful for those too, for those connections I made with those teammates. And so to this day, I still have some of those teammates as friends, and I'm just grateful for that too. So
Karen, you got a question?
I guess that's really important, and maybe that's what has caused you to be on this path as far as being a
yeah.
mentor to kids,
Hmm.
to stand in that gap for those who don't have both parents
Yes,
in the
ma'am. Hmm.
home. What's your thoughts about that, your mentorship?
Well, I'm actually because this past Saturday I was doing a book bag. Well, I was with somebody that started a book bag drive, and they gave away like 3,000 book bags for kids. And for as far as being a mentor, I never thought this would be something I wanted to do. I always wanted to help, the youth or some way somehow, whether it's training or whether it's just being an example. But God led me to this, this mentoring job, and I want to do the best I can to try to help the youth, stay out of trouble or stay away from, running around, getting in trouble. Because I think it's big today now. Now that we see a lot of stuff going on with, African Americans, I think it's big to, try to steer the younger generation into a better direction. Because, obviously, being black nowadays is kind of hard, as we say. But I mean, the youth is our future, so we have to try to, do something that we can help them, be better or be better than what we see coming up. So that's just my thing on it.
Carmen, you have a question?
Yeah, as a mentor, Sean, like,
Hmm.
what's the biggest thing that you try to instill in these kids to help them succeed going forward?
The biggest thing
Like,
I try
what's
to,
something you emphasize?
well, a lot of those kids that I, talk with, they all like sports. So I try to, try to translate sports into lifestyles. The way, for example, like playing basketball, you utilize teamwork. And I try to, utilize teamwork in a lifestyle and help them or, help them figure out a way to utilize teamwork in a lifestyle. Like, for instance, a mother tells them to do dishes and, take out the trash. They can teamwork with that and, help their parents out in the best way they know how to, do something like that. So
Hmm.
it's crazy. So it's fun. I honestly think it's fun to mentor, but I just want to be the best I can at helping them succeed in any kind of way. So
What do you feel that you missed out on not having a father?
what I feel like I missed out on not having a father, that's a tough. Well, honestly, just that male figure there. I mean, my mother did the best she could to raise me, but just that male role model there, that male figure to kind of smack you up the back of the side, smack you in the back of your head sometimes. So it's kind of like that. I mean, that's kind of what I miss about having a father there. But other than that, I mean, I have to give my mom all the credit because she's pretty much done everything for me to this day. So other than that, man, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but I mean, just that male figure there. That's really it, to be honest.
So did you look to the coaches as that father figure that you needed? So they were more than just coaches. Were you also looking for that father figure that Sean, get up, get yourself together? Did you
Yep.
look
Yes,
for
ma'am, I
that?
did. I
Okay.
looked for it, but it just, I mean, it's not like, it wasn't like every day. Like I look for that, like a father figure, something every day, and coaches, they were there for practice or whatnot. But something for me, like every day, is what I wanted to look for, for a male figure. But it just wasn't always there, and coaches were there like part time. So for me, having a father, I just needed somebody there full time. But coaches were there to help me out, but it just wasn't the same to me, honestly.
Wow. Wow.
So with COVID-19 going on right now,
Uh-huh.
how are you encouraging the kids? Are they saying, Coach, what is this? Or am I ever gonna be able to play again? Or, what are
I
some of
think
their
I,
questions?
I think a lot of kids they're kind of trying to like do something in the house or do something that will keep them out of trouble. And what I'm doing is trying to excuse me. I'm trying to give them or show them ways they can work out from home, or they can like play basketball outside, something that's away from people. But as far as like trying to help them out, I mean, we're all stuck in the house, unfortunately. But for the kids, it's some of those kids don't need to be at home just because something might be going on at home we don't know about. But other than that, I try to give them a solution or a resolution, and for them to be somewhere else, and excuse me, and then they can just try to do the best they can to have a good situation. Sorry, I'm
So
outside. Sorry.
no, you're fine. So I want to ask one more question. So when you're dealing with an athlete who comes from a single home and he comes up to you, he's angry because dad's not there.
Right.
How do you reply? How do you answer that? How do you coach them through that process? Because the
I
reason
try.
why I asked is this,
Mhm,
because we had a show of a tennis player
mhm,
and she had gotten really far.
mhm.
And so she said, I was very angry because one, her dad was dying, he was sick. She went through some things with the stepdad. She went through some things at home. So at tennis, you travel a lot. There's no teammates. So
Right.
she was traveling by herself,
By
and the
herself.
people that
Right.
were around her was more concerned about her as an athlete. So
Right. They would. Yeah.
her playing angry, um, it kind of cut everything short. So she
Mhm,
was like, if they would have noticed what I was going through, if
mhm.
they would notice I was hurting, maybe if they would have picked up on that instead of picked up on, oh, you're just having a bad game, or you
Right.
just not, today's not your day. She goes, I
Mhm.
probably would have been top notch. So
Right.
what I'm saying is you have good athletes,
Mhm.
dominating in basketball,
Right.
but they're angry. Do you notice it? And if you do, how do you address it?
I mean, I don't notice it personally, because sometimes my mind just goes blank whenever I'm playing, because I just want to focus on the game. But like for I don't know, for somebody else to notice it, it would. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be able to notice it because as an athlete, you just not go through the motions, but you just play and don't think about anything. That's how I am. But at the end of the day, some people are still dealing with not having a father there or not having their mother there, but they're still dealing with it. And only way you'll be able to tell is if how they're acting out of playing the game. Like when the game is over, if they're acting a certain way or they're going by themselves, that's the only way you can tell. And my advice to them is just try to find a solution or try to find something that will keep their mind off, getting very angry or taking their anger out on someone else, because it's not always going to work. So I just try to encourage those people that are angry, because for me, I'm kind of like angry about not having my father there, but sometimes I try to just think about something else that can help me be better or help me forgive my father, because it's kind of hard for me to forgive my dad. I'm not going to lie, but I try to do things or try to reach out or try to talk to someone that will help me forgive my father, because in the Bible says you have to forgive, and
Yeah.
talking to someone honestly will be the best solution to forgiveness. So I mean, it's hard, but at some point you just have to forgive and move on.
Yeah. That's
So your
good.
mom was the biggest cheerleader. She was the one that was cheering you.
Yeah. Yeah, she was. I mean, I love my mom. She's awesome.
It's good. I like how you appreciate and you see the value and the hard work because,
Yeah,
there's probably many nights she cried and was like,
yeah,
God, what am I going to
Mhm.
and
yeah,
wanted the help of the father, but he wasn't there. So I know that from listening to you, she gave everything she knew to give,
yeah.
and
Yes,
she
ma'am.
tried
She did.
everything she knew to do to raise you. So now you end up playing overseas. How did all that come about? What college did you end up going to?
Well, I went to a junior college first. I went to Oakton Community College, and then I transferred. I went to like two different schools, and then my coach, he kind of had connections, and then that ended up putting me in Turkey, and which was, kind of an awesome experience. But at the same time, I'm there by myself, not knowing anybody, and my main goal there was to play basketball, and that's what I did. So it's that whole situation is just kind of crazy because you're by yourself, you don't know anyone, and only people you know are your teammates and your coaches, and you're in the country and you just really don't know anything. So you don't nobody speaks English that well. So I mean
So
it's
how was
different,
that?
but
How was that mentally?
mentally it was kind of weird for me mentally, honestly, because I mean I have a translator and they would tell me what was going on. I mean that's the best I can get, but I mean I was blessed to be able to play over there, but at the same time it was kind of stressful because I didn't know anyone and I didn't have anybody there. I mean obviously I've been to college. I went to college all 4 years and I was there by myself. I mean I didn't have no family there, but not having your mother there, but she's only a phone call away. So it's the time changes were kind of different. I mean, I think it was like 6, 7 hours ahead. So you guys were sleep, when my mom was sleeping, I was, up or being active. So it was just kind of a different situation for me, and I wasn't used to it. But I mean, can't do nothing but thank God for it though, because it, helped me grow as a person. So
Was you a mama's boy?
of course I'm a mama's boy.
You can see it. You can hear it.
I can hear it.
Look at that big smile. When you say
Yes,
you a
ma'am.
mama's boy, you got that big old grin.
Oh man.
So, did you have desires or dreams of going to the NBA? Is that what?
I mean, of course. I mean, well, yeah, I did have desires to go into the NBA. I mean, as an athlete, as a basketball player, I think a lot of kids had that dream. But honestly, not everybody makes it to the NBA, and then a lot of players go overseas because honestly, you can get more money over there, and then it's tax free too. So that's another thing. I mean, everybody has a dream of going to the NBA, and if anybody can make it. Doing what they want to do and just put in a lot of work. I mean, I wish I would have put in more time on my game than I did, and maybe who knows, the outcome would have been different. But I'm blessed to be able to play at the highest level at some point. So it's I can NBA is always going to be there for somebody, but I mean it just wasn't for me. So I got
So
to
let
play
me,
professionally though. So it's
Carmen, you have a question?
Yeah. Sean,
yes,
when you were
ma'am.
in Turkey, how did you feel about being overseas, and did you try to pick up the Turkish language, like
I mean
Mahaba?
it was hard. I tried, but I just I gave up because I'm not. I mean I didn't think I would be there that long to study the language, but I mean it was kind of different. I mean I just had somebody translate for me, and that helped me out a lot. But other than that, I mean, I didn't think I would be there that long in order to study the language, you know, more than I should have. But it was fun at the same time, but it was also hard because I'm a rookie. I didn't know anything. I trying my hardest to fit in, and I mean, it turned out okay. But at the same time, I was just kind of not used to being that far away from my family, and in a different country, and not knowing anybody but my teammates, not knowing where to go eat. The food was different too. I mean, they had a few food places that were like American wise, but other than that, it was just a lot of chicken and dumplings. I mean, it was crazy. So
Your grandma would have had you spoiled. You was used to that soul
Right.
food,
oh yeah,
and you
yeah,
couldn't get used to that Turkish food.
of course.
Now, I don't know, it was it hard or easy to make the transition to okay, I'm gonna let it go and just focus on being mentor and other
I mean,
kids.
it kind of is. I'm still kind of dealing with it to this day. It's kind of hard to let it go, but at the same time, I can help somebody else get further than I did. That's my end goal, is to help somebody else get further than I did. But I mean, it's what God wants me to do. So I'm not going to question God. If He wants me to help these kids and help them become better and help them succeed, then that's just what I want to do. I mean, basketball is my first love. It's always going to be there. I'm going to utilize it. Not plan. I'm going to utilize it and help these kids get to where they want to be. So at the end of the day, I'm still happy regardless. I mean, I got to do what I wanted to do, and now I get to help these kids get further than I did. So that's always a blessing to me. So
Do you have the heart to heart, the reality of the 1% with them?
not yet. I'm still working on that. So we're just
So
getting
what's the
started. 'Cause
ages?
the ages are from like first grade up into
Oh,
first
okay.
first to 8, and then you have the high schoolers. Like they're high schoolers, but they kind of think they know more than I do. But they're high schoolers though. So I
Well,
mean,
okay. So with the high school, so you're just getting started. So
yes, man. I'm
what would
just
that
getting started.
conversation be like, though?
I mean, it's kind of like they're like my little brother. So if I'm, I don't have any siblings though, but I treat them as like a little brother, and I, talk to them like they're just like a little brother. I don't know. The situations are going to be kind of weird or kind of be different, but I just want to help them out the best way I know how. But I treat them as like they're some kin to me, so it'll feel comfortable naturally. And then we just go from there. I mean, like I said, it's just now getting started because everything was happening with COVID, so we're in the process of seeing how everything goes. But from what I've seen and how I've been with the kids, it's kind of like natural, and it's kind of like helping me and helping them out get comfortable with each other, so that way we both will feel comfortable at the end of the day, and being able to help each other, and they can help me grow and I can help them grow. So that's kind of what it is at this point. So it's also gonna be great.
Karen, you got a question?
Okay. Then you say you're the only child
Yes, ma'am.
too. So you
Yeah,
spoiled, you're a mama's
yeah, I'm
boy,
spoiled.
and you're a grandma's boy. All of that.
Yeah, I'm spoiled. I ain't gonna lie, I'm spoiled.
Now, do
But
you
you
ever
seem
think?
to be a happy spirit.
Yeah.
I just
Yes,
sense a
ma'am.
very
Yeah,
happy spirit, and you're comfortable where you are, and that's a good
yeah,
thing. And
yeah,
I think that's the value of your story, that you're able to relate that to athletes, that it's okay if God changed the direction
but
to take
yeah,
you somewhere else. And then I
right.
like the fact that you're willing to help someone else get farther than where you got.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the kids are the future. So I mean, a lot of stuff they're seeing on TV, it's not what they need to be seeing or what they need to focus on. They just need to focus on themselves. Try to help them. I want to help them get better, and I want to help them succeed the best way I know how. And that's just being an example. So I mean, that's
Now,
pretty much it.
during that time, did you ever have a plan B?
Nah, I was just really just wanting to play ball. I mean, I didn't really have a backup plan because I have a degree. I have a business degree, and I wanted to use that at some point. But I mean, I didn't really have a backup plan. I was just strictly focused on basketball, and I didn't think about mentoring
Now,
until
would
somebody.
you would
I'm
you
sorry. Go
tell?
ahead.
Would you suggest a plan B?
Oh, of course, I would suggest a plan B because especially with the COVID hit, it kind of set everybody back. But I always suggest having a plan B because that way, when basketball, because it has to end at some point, and then once it ends, you will have something that you can have set up once you're done. So I would suggest having a plan B and also a plan C. Hopefully, I mean, if that plan B doesn't go well, then you can have another backup. So I just wish
Right.
I would have had another backup instead of just focusing on
Now,
basketball though a lot. So it kind of
what would that other backup that you wish you? What would it have been?
now that I know it would be business wise, but I don't know. I would have to think about that, but it would be business wise. But as far as I don't know. Basketball was just the only thing on my mind at that time, and as far as the backup plan, I just think business, some type of business would be my plan B.
So
So you didn't there was nothing else that you like to do other than basketball, like drawing, playing an instrument. You were
I'm not good
fond
at
of it.
I'm not good at drawing, and I can't play instruments. I mean, I'm terrible at that, so I don't know. I'm not good at all though, so I don't know. I would have to sit down and think about that because I didn't think about that until you said something like, "What was your plan B? What was your plan B be?" And now it kind of hit me like, "Dang, I really didn't have a plan B." So I would have to sit down for myself and just think about what I would have as a backup plan if I could start over and do it again because I don't think I would know.
So, do you think that you were so focused on basketball because maybe your heart desire was to take care of your mom because you
Yeah,
knew?
that's it. To take care of my family because it's only been me. It's only been me, my great grandmother, and my grandmother. Those are the only three women I've ever had, and they've been the biggest support I've ever had, and I give all the credit to them. And at the end of the day, I wish I, could have went further than what I did, but at the same time, I'm set up in a new position to do something else and be able to help somebody else. So it's I just wish I. I mean, it's going to work out at the end of the day. I mean, I'm helping my mom out now, and she's great. So it's
Yeah, in the end, it all works out. I think,
yeah,
but
it does.
like you said, when you're young and, especially an athlete being raised in a single home,
Right.
especially male, their desire is, I got to go make the 1% because their view is that's the only way to take care of mom.
Right.
Is I got to make it.
Right.
Because
And they
no
can,
one's taught them
can,
the plan B,
Right.
or
right.
you can make it in other ways, but all they see is, and I think it's because we paint that, or society paints the glam life of athletes, right? The big house, the big cars, and those that did make it and buy their mama a house and a car.
Right.
So when you're dealing in a single parent home situation, then it's like, I gotta make it. Because I gotta get my mama that house, I gotta get my mama that car, we gotta live big.
Right.
And no one really deals with the reality, and no one tells them what's really going on behind the scenes of this thing. It's not as easy as it looks.
Right.
Because you got to deal with number games. You got to deal, it's political. It's so
Our
many,
politics is big too. So that's
it's
one
so
thing.
many
It's really big.
facets to it. Yeah. And you don't look at it. You got it all depends on what college you go to.
Right.
And then if you go to a JUCO, they don't tell you how tough it is to get to a D1.
Right.
And so it's just, and then when that young person miss it,
Right.
then that's another level of mental depression they go through, because now they feel like I could not take care of my mom. I feel like I failed. And then again, it's because I think there was not a plan B in place of, this is a vehicle, but that's not who you are.
Right.
This is who you are. So whether you make it or not, we're gonna be all right. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot
Yes,
of
ma'am,
parents
I do.
have those conversations with their athletes.
Mhm.
So yeah. Go ahead.
Oh,
Sean,
you
go
can go ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Sean, I'm really impressed with your story and how you started out at Oakton
Community college.
Community
Yes, ma'am.
College. I want you to talk a little bit about going to junior college as opposed to D1, because most of these kids think
They have
that
to
if
go
they don't go
D1.
to right. So tell us a
And
little bit about your experience and how you gained your all of your experience and everything by being in junior college.
well, honestly, I can say that junior college was like the best time of my life. I had so much fun. I've made so many great connections. I had some of those kids, or some of those teammates I still have as friends to this day. And a lot of those D1 guys, they end up going JUCO just because they're not playing at that level. So honestly, JUCO, I mean, obviously I didn't have the best of grades, but I mean, it worked out for me because I got to do what I wanted to do. But at the same time, I don't think anything is wrong with a junior college or a D2 or D3 or NAIA. At the end of the day, it's how how you perform or how you play the game. Somebody will notice at some point because at some point you just get recognition and you can just go further than you think you would go. But at the end of the day, you don't have to go D1 to get recognized. You don't have to, you can play at any level and get recognized. It's just how you play the game. So that's really honestly it.
Yeah, I
Very
agree.
good.
I agree, because I mean, I look at it as, here's an opportunity for you to show them
Right.
who you are, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not dealing with all the others that are there, and you're in
Right.
that line of competing. So at the JUCO, it's like, kill it.
Yeah.
Put the JUCO on the map. You
Right.
got an opportunity to put the JUCO on the map. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, but I think because you have such a big D1s that when you say JUCO, a kid they start thinking, what? I'm
Yeah.
only good enough for a JUCO. No,
Right.
you should look at it as like, listen, when I leave this JUCO, you're gonna know my name.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. That's how it is.
You
A
know?
lot of Division I athletes end up don't playing at the highest Division I schools, and then they end up going JUCO just because they play there for 1 year or 2 years, and then they transfer back to a D1 school, and then they might either shine there or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with going to a junior college and playing, and then it's just how you perform and how you handle the game. So, I mean, if you perform well, who knows? You might end up just going straight overseas. 'Cause I know a lot of JUCO players that are entering the draft right now, and they might end up getting drafted or they might not. But at the end of the day, they're still getting recognized. So that's always a good thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So now what's your plans now? After everything lifts, well, everything's lifting. So kind of like,
Right.
what's the next step?
My next step is actually just working with these kids and trying to help them focus on school for one. That's the main thing. Is focus on school and try your best to pay attention in class or listen to the teacher or listen to your parents also when you're not in school. If they say do your homework, then do it. But my main goal right now is just to help these kids out and try to steer them in a better direction than they already are. Because obviously, a lot of these kids that need mentors or have some type of trouble at home or some type of trouble at school, and they need an example to help them, get further than they already are. So that's my main goal right now is just to help my community and give back, and then who knows?
Yeah. Karen, you got a question?
So, Sean, if you become a father,
hmm
uh, what, how active are you going to be?
What do you mean, like as a father?
Yeah, I mean, are you going to
Trust
be
me.
a proud moment, or are you going to change the history or
I'm going to break the cycle. I'm going to be there for
Yes.
my kid
Come
because
on.
Yes.
of course that's
Yes.
I mean everybody says that, but do they actually do it though? But for me, I have to do it because that's just the main, because I want to be there for my kids, and I want them to know that I want them to see a two-parent household for one. And I want to be there for my kids, and I just want to provide them for the best life possible. But I don't want to be like my father was and not be there for my kids. So it's I have to be there. That's At the end of the day, I have to be there. That's just my main goal, is to be there for my kids and be there an example that I never had. So
Right.
All
And
right.
I mean, and I
Yes.
can see that. I see
That's
that's
amazing.
something you would do. But like you said, going back, COVID shifted everything. So
mm,
it's time to put Plan B in motion because
right,
you have football, everything's on the delay. Basketball is
mm,
dragging. This is this.
right,
And some schools, there is no sport. They're not
right,
going to play till next year. So I think we're at a time where it's time to have the Plan B conversation
right,
with the athletes and even with the parents of, okay, listen, you know, what are you going to do? What do you have planned for them? Have you talked about it?
right,
What's the next step? And not giving, it's not to say give up on the sport, but
right,
have a plan. So you're not standing there going kind of like what you said, me
right.
asking that question made you think like, man, I really didn't have a plan B. So if I
Yeah,
did have
it's
to go back and do it again,
right,
what really would have been my second plan?
right.
Yeah. So this was good. I'm so glad you came on. It was just
Yeah, I honestly thought today was the 19th. I'm not gonna lie, because the days are just kind of busting together, and you don't even know what, because this whole COVID stuff is.
I
I
know.
mean, it's just crazy.
You
It's
just
just
kind of go
crazy.
one
Yes.
day at a
Yeah,
time. You're
yeah,
waiting to see, are they gonna close the school? They're gonna open the school. They're gonna close the sport.
right.
They're not gonna play. They're gonna play football. They're not. So your days
Yeah,
get lost, and you're trying to figure out what you're gonna do with your life. So,
right.
but no, thank you for coming to the show. This
Oh,
is really
I
good. Now, can you
I
tell
greatly
everybody
appreciate it.
how to find you and
Oh,
your
they
organization?
can actually find me on Instagram. Sean Creighton well, I can't think of my Instagram name. I think it is Sean Creighton 10 or Sean Creighton 10 on my Instagram. Or they can just find me on Facebook at Sean Creighton and shoot me a message or something, whatever, we can network or whatever the case may be. But Sean Creighton for my Facebook, and I think Sean Creighton 10 is my Instagram. I'm not for sure because I don't be on that much, but I think that's it. But other than that, man, I really appreciate you ladies for having me, and I'm honored to be able to be on this show and be able to talk about my experience, and also send out a message to the youth that they can do it if they just put their mind to it and focus. So I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah,
Tell
you
your
just
mom we said hey, and that she
All right.
raised a
Yes.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
yes, you did.
wonderful
Yes,
baby
well spoken.
Yes, ma'am.
young
Thank
man,
you.
Yes.
Yes,
Very well
mama boy
done.
young man.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
yes, ma'am.
And
I
and
I
you
got one question. I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Is this gonna be on Facebook so I can share it?
We're on there now.
Oh, okay.
We're live on Facebook
We're
now
live
Okay,
on there
okay.
now. So
and
no,
YouTube.
and
Okay.
YouTube and
Periscope.
Instagram, and we all over.
Oh,
But
sweet.
no, you being on said you still can make it, even though
Right.
you didn't. Okay, let me ask you this question: you didn't get in no trouble, right?
Oh no, I've never been in trouble.
See,
I promise I've never been in
Good for
trouble.
you.
I probably
yeah.
had a speeding ticket. That's about it. But I've never been in trouble.
So
I've
you-
never been in trouble though.
Right. So
Good.
basically, you're saying, listen, yes, I know it's hard to be raised by a single parent, but you still can make it.
Right.
You don't have to get in
I'm
trouble.
not perfect though. I'm just
No.
I'm just sharing my
And we
experience. I'm
know
not
that,
perfect
yeah,
at all.
because
So.
you go through your ups and downs and the hurt and the pain,
Right.
but you're still saying you still can make it. You know, you
Right.
don't
Mhm.
have to allow it to control you.
Right.
You can overcome it. But your main thing is you overcame it with God.
Right.
You
Yeah. Of
couldn't do
course.
it with God.
I keep God at the center of everything. So that's pretty much. I've been raised in church. So obviously I'm a Christian, and God has been a big part of my life, and it's going to continue to be a part of my life to this, till the day I go. So I'm just honored to, have faith in Him and trust in Him, and everything will take care of itself. So,
Yeah, your mom needs the Mother of the Year award.
oh, of course.
So yes, I tell you what, if Can We Talk Sports can give one now, we give them one right now. Mother of the
Yes.
Year. Mother of the Year. So,
Thank you.
well, again, thank you for being on the show.
Oh, no problem.
Probably have to bring you back after everything start, getting
Oh,
up and
for
moving
sure.
for you, and we'd love
For
you.
You and your mom.
Yes,
Oh, of
we'd
course.
love
Yes.
She would love to. She would love it.
Yeah, because she
Yes.
probably tell us all kind of stories you ain't telling us, Sean.
Yeah.
You look
She'll love
you're
it.
like, oh, wait, let me think about this. No, I ain't gonna have my mom on this show. So, you know how the kids get on there. They get to
Yeah.
talking. My mom was there for me until the mama get
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, this joker right here.
Oh man.
They don't tell it all.
Many nights I had to say,
Yeah.
baby, you can do it, baby. You can do it. Mama believe in you, baby.
Right.
There's a video of nights I thought I was gonna choke them too.
Yeah.
So, but
But thank
again,
you, girl, for having me.
yes, thank you for joining. All right,
No
ladies. Karen, we're gonna let you get back to your vacation.
All right, all right.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
Take
All right.
care, Sean. Thank you.
Thank you. So listen, be back with us this Sunday as we have another show, right?
Yes.
We have
Got
another show.
a big timer.
Big timer. And listen, ladies, we're super excited. So next Wednesday, we are invited to be on the 1% show. The guy's gonna question us. Oh Lord.
Oh, we're going to be interviewed.
Oh.
We get to be interviewed on the 1% show. Oh, that's gonna be funny.
Yes.
Oh, they get to
So
question
that's
us
Wednesday night.
next Wednesday night
Okay.
at 7:00 right here on Can We Talk Sports and the 1% show. We get to be interviewed. Oh, that's funny. I'ma laugh.
We were invited to be interviewed. So I'll see you that information.
Yep. So yes, we get to be on a show. Yeah, we get to be guests. Hey, we get to
Yay.
sit back and be guests. How you like that? That's
Yes.
gonna be good. All right,
That's
so
gonna be
join us this Sunday
Yes.
at 9:00 right here on Can We Talk Sports. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.